Discipline and consistency separate the good from the great.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, 3-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Millionaire Woman Show. I'm your host, Debra Kasowski. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the obsession of which when you are seeking outside approval and validation from others to know that you are okay, that you are enough. It's those compliments and kudos and awards and achievements that you're doing only to seek the approval from other people. Now, it's all great to achieve and perform at your highest abilities. I do it, and I know many people around me do it. But when you're doing it for the aim solely to get recognized, to be visible, to have someone pay attention to who you are, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And that outside validation, that outside approval can lead to a setup for huge disappointment. You end up getting into a cycle of self-criticism, and this will really hold you back from that success that you truly desire. So I want to just bring to your attention some of the approval-seeking behavior to see if you are catching yourself doing some of these things. But first off, why do people do it? Often it could be that a parent or someone you looked up to, a teacher, a coach, or someone you looked up to did not recognize you, did not see you as visible. You felt invisible at some point, and you wanted to prove to them that you were worthy, you were deserving, that you were enough for their attention. And sometimes it could be in other aspects where you had trouble making friends or you had a fear of rejection. All of these things can lead to seeking approval of others and getting that validation to know that you are okay, that you fit in to what you consider maybe a societal norm. And all of these things can be influenced based on your education, your experience, your culture. All of these things contribute to whether or not you feel enough, whether or not you feel like you need to seek this approval. So some of that need for approval and that validation comes from being unsure of ourselves, having a low self-esteem, having some self-doubt, not knowing if you are capable or have enough in you to get the results that you see yourself as getting. And, you know, I had an experience where many years I had competed in races and triathlons, and it wasn't until I was training for my marathon when I heard Siri Lindley talking to Tony Robbins about seeking that external validation, needing, you know, at the end of the race that there's people cheering you on and needing someone to say you did a good job. And I had done that for many years, and there was many years of, you know, many races of disappointment where the people I thought were going to be at the finish line weren't there, or they were doing something else. And I got frustrated that I started even going to races myself and not worrying about if anybody was there. And when I signed up for my marathon, it was totally about doing it only for me. It was totally about knowing to discover what I was capable of, to look at the progress that I was making, to focus on continual growth. And it was truly an amazing experience. And when I got to the finish line, you know, I had people coming in with me. But truly, the person that was standing in front of me was the man giving me the medal. And that was the only thing that really was a game changer for me when he said, you know, that was a really long race. And I was like, yeah, it was. And when he put that medal on, it was so significant to me that I didn't need approval or validation from anyone else, but knowing that I accomplished this huge feat, a feat that was in my mind that I considered done the moment I signed up for it. So when we're thinking about that outside validation, we're thinking about that approval, when we are so worried about what other people think of us, or if other people say that we're okay, we lose sight of who we truly are. We get into that cycle of self-criticism, and it really truly holds us back from stepping into our potential and doing what we need to do to succeed. So I'm going to go over some of these behaviors. There are many more, but I'm just going to touch on a few of them. And, 5 of them particularly. One is taking things personally. When people say things, whether they be positive or negative, and I learned this from The 4 Agreements. If you haven't read that book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, when he talks about don't take anything personally, because whether it be positive or negative, it's someone else's opinion based on their lens of the world, how they have experienced, their education, their knowledge, their talent, their skills and ability. That's where their assessment's coming from. It doesn't mean that they're right. It just means it's from their lens. And we have to be able to respect that and realize that we don't have to take everything personally. And what other people think of us is none of our business. Okay? Number 2 is that you want to please others in the fact that you change your opinion or viewpoint to match theirs for the fear of being different or being rejected because you don't align with them. When you do that, you sacrifice part of yourself. You're giving up who you are to fit in with other people. The other thing that you tend to do is that you could be someone who overcommits themselves, has trouble saying no. So you say yes to so many things that you deplete your energy and you become overwhelmed and even resentful at the things that you have on your list. So one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do is take a look at that to-do list. Take a look at your calendar. Are you doing things that are most important to you? Because success doesn't come from being busy. It comes from doing what matters to you and making a difference. So really start evaluating and looking at that list. Am I doing all these things to please others, or am I doing them intentionally because I want to? There is a big difference there. The other thing to pay attention to, do you have trouble accepting criticism? Now here's the thing, I'm not telling you to accept all criticism or feedback. Feedback is valuable and it can be a game changer in your business, your career, your leadership position, and even in your life, because life gives us feedback all the time. So when you pay attention to what you are, accepting as feedback, knowing that your opinion matters, instead of internalizing everything that someone else says to you or how they say you are, if you start turning everything that other people do and adjusting your course based on how others want to see you, again, you're going to lose sight of yourself. People pleasing is dangerous game. And you want to realize that not all feedback is valid. You do not need to internalize all feedback. Again, it's another person's opinion. If you find value in it, take what you have value and toss the rest out. The other thing is that you are achieving and overperforming with the aim of getting that compliment, recognition, and kudos. So pay attention. Are you doing it for that? Or are you doing it for yourself to see what you're capable of? And this is where I want to help you to stop seeking, stop obsessing with whether or not people approve of what you're doing or not. If you know that you are intentionally on a course that gets you to your destination and what you want to achieve, then game on. You are going in the right direction. But what happens is we're so concerned about what someone else said or what someone might think of us that we do not follow through on what we believe we need to do. So I really want you to pay attention, have that awareness. And this is the key thing. When you want to stop these seeking approval behaviors and that validation from others, it's really about getting to know yourself. really about increasing that awareness and understanding about what you do like, what you don't like, what triggers you, what gets you excited, what gets you to jump out of bed in the morning, to really get excited about life. So have that awareness, get in tune with yourself to know what you want. You do not need to agree with every single person. So I want you to start off by focusing on continuous growth and improvement. Be excited, astound yourself with what you're capable of. You are going to be truly amazed about what you can accomplish in this lifetime when you are willing to focus on just that 10% getting better every single time. And it could be even a degree. A degree changes, from a liquid to a gas. So when you think of that 1 degree difference, or even that shift in thinking of accomplishment for the fact of seeing what's possible, very different outcomes than looking for external validation. The other thing I want you to remember is to enjoy the journey. It's not all about the destination, because I've coached many people when they get to their success point, they're like, oh, that's all there is? And it's not about that's all there is. It is truly about everything along the way and enjoying the experiences, because it is about the experience, about challenging yourself to new levels, pushing through and breaking through those obstacles and roadblocks that come up along the way, and how you can achieve that success that you desire. The other thing I want you to think about is really letting your voice be heard, standing up for yourself. If you've been mistreated or you've received poor customer service, it would be acknowledging that something went wrong, being able to set that expectation of what you would have liked to have seen, to voice it respectfully and kindly. But if you hold things in and keep compressing them down, what's going to happen? You're going to have an explosion of emotion, and you're going to say things that you regret. So why not, instead of seeking that approval from others and, oh, it's okay, and people pleasing, that you can express yourself. And this is a really important part of being an emotionally intelligent human, is that emotional expression is important. Being able to express yourself, to self-actualize yourself, to understand who you are and really do what's important to you. The other thing to keep in mind is disagreement does not equal rejection. It does not mean because someone disagrees with you that they reject you as a person. They just don't have the same viewpoint as you. And it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means you're different. And imagine if this world that everyone is exactly the same. I was thinking about that the other day when people are like, I don't have this body type, and I don't have this body type, and I don't have this skill set, and I can't achieve this way. If we were all the same, we'd be like robots. We'd be clones of each other, looking the same, acting the same, and it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be exciting to get to know somebody because they'd be exactly like you. So we gotta thrive in this dynamic of life and get excited about the people we meet and how they enrich our lives and how we can really move to another level because we've taken time to explore this world. And to remind you that all criticism is not valid. So explore what's useful to you. Take the constructive pieces. If they help you improve and adjust who you are to really step up the game and, tweak whatever you needed to tweak, then great. That's great feedback to work with. But if it's something just to put you off course, to put you down, to knock you off your feet, then it's not valid. You don't need it. Take what's useful, internalize what's going to work for you, and really move forward in it. So what I want you to remember, instead of looking for that external approval that need to be acknowledged by someone else in order to feel that you're enough, to feel that you're okay, look, you were already born okay. You were already whole. You're not a broken piece. You are someone who has evolved, you've healed in many different ways, and you're continually evolving. You're a work in progress. Give yourself the grace to acknowledge how far you've come. You're not the same person you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. So quit obsessing what other people think of you, because what they think, what they say, their opinions are all based on who they are, where they're coming from, their experiences. But if anyone says anything about you, it's only a reflection of themselves. So if they're not empowering you and they end up being a person who's draining you, it's not serving you, right? And you don't need to say sorry for everything that's not even related to you. And this is another people-pleasing bonus to share with you, is if you're one of these people that's, oh, I'm sorry. You are saying sorry for no reason. There's no error. There's no mistake. And actually it looks weaker because you're wanting to look so vulnerable and weak so that someone acknowledges you and says, no, you're stronger than that. It's okay. So really pay attention and catch yourself to say, am I attempting to please others more than myself? Am I setting myself up for disappointment and disaster, where I'm going to end up in that critical cycle of self-criticism, self-doubt, and being unsure of myself? Here's what I know. What I know is that you are enough. You are deserving, you are worthy, and no matter what other people think, at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, whether it be the morning or the end of the day, the person you stare at is the only person you need to be answering to in that moment, right? Because that validation needs to come from within, to know that you have so much more to give this world, to know that not everyone is going to agree with you, and that's okay, and you're okay. So when you step out every day, start off your day with, I am enough. I am deserving, I am worthy, and I am ready to take on this world. So I wish for you to embrace this podcast, share it with others, and if you've taken a nugget from this, that you can live in a stronger place of confidence and conviction in being true to who you are, then I've done my job. And if you found value in this podcast, please share it with others so more people can feel more empowered to step into their daily lives and know that they are making a difference in this world. I'd love for you to go over my website and grab my free gift as Making Habits Stick. All you have to do is pop your email in there. This course will help you focus and build consistency in your life, your habits, so that you can achieve those results that you desire. Now, if you're interested in coaching, please send me a message. You can email me at debra@debrakasowski.com, and we can set up a discovery session where I can talk with you about coaching and how and if we are the right fit to work together. As Muhammad Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And my wish for you, as always, is go out and make today great. See you on the next podcast.